So today, guys, I got my Ancestry DNA kit.
Oh my God! Wow!
To share my journey with you guys. My traits, where I come from, my family trees, and in a few weeks we'll be back with the results. So stay tuned. I'm ready to do my Ancestry DNA kit. So I'm gonna open it up with you. Today I'll just be sending saliva and to see where I come from, what my traits are, how far back my family goes. Like, it's gonna be amazing. Amazing! So, I have the plastic wrap off of it. I'm gonna take this little sticker, as you see, on the front off. This is what comes inside. What comes inside is the welcome to your beginning of your story. Before you spit, activate your kit online, by phone, or with your app first. Activate your kit on a mobile phone or a computer. Do not skip this step. Activating your kit with your unique code is the only way to get your DNA results. So first you fill the tube with saliva to the black wavy line. Then you replace the funnel with the cap, tighten to release stabilizing fluid, shake the tube for at least 5 seconds, put it in the collection bag, and mail in your sample. Okay, so I'm gonna get my phone so I can activate my code on Ancestry.com. And Ancestry right here at the bottom. So I'm gonna click on Ancestry DNA. So I'm gonna go on here and activate my kit. I'm gonna scan the code. I scan the code. Comes in this. So I'm gonna scan the code on this is the return box. It'll get there faster than I received it, because honestly, I received this like 3 weeks later after I ordered it. I think the processing time should just be a little shorter than what it is. So there's the package to mail it back. Now it's saying, locate the saliva collection tube inside your DNA kit. Scan the 15-digit code found on the side of the collection tube to begin activating your kit. So I'm going to open the kit. There's the tube with the activation. I'm going to scan the code.
And it says who's providing the DNA sample, and so I'm gonna put there Jennifer. Tell us about yourself. Her birth year, 1983. I'm a female. When you activate your DNA test kit, you consent to Ancestry's collection and processing of your DNA and data and other sensitive personal information such as your ethnicity, national origin, and health history. 2, convert your physical DNA sample into DNA data and use your DNA data to provide you reports about the ancestral origins in the form of an ethnicity estimate, geographical sub-region details, and communities, as well as personal insights related to your ethnicity, places of origin, ancestors, individual traits, and characteristics. It invites you to participate in surveys and questionnaires, which is entirely optional, through which we may gather more personal information for additional insights. Identify your potential relatives in our database by comparing your DNA data to our other Ancestry customers' DNA data. Use your DNA data family tree details, which I already have about 25 people on my family tree that I can think of. And so the family tree and other personal information to help you discover details about your family history, including ancestors, which I really want to know about, you may share with or Ancestry members. This information can help you build your family tree and help you trace ancestors' community paths. Provide consistent quality and improve Ancestry product features and services. Help create new product features and services including products related to wellness and health. One thing I'm not happy about with this is that I know they share our DNA with government agencies, and I don't really like that at all. Like, I'm doing it for this purpose, not everyone else's. So I'm going to continue that I consent to that. The DNA sample storage is voluntary. You can activate your DNA kit and receive your results even if you do not give consent. Storing your sample with Ancestry can save you weeks of processing time and help you avoid having to submit a new sample and pay associated costs for new products or services in the future, which may result in advances in technology and science. If you give consent, we'll store your sample indefinitely unless you ask us to destroy it. You can change your mind later by contacting customer service. Do you give us consent to store your sample in our secure storage facility? I give consent. Okay, so you view DNA matches. When we process your DNA sample, we compare your results with other Ancestry members. If you have DNA in common, these are your DNA matches. If you choose your DNA matches, you will be listed as a match to them. You and your matches can discover how you're related, view each other's profiles, and send messages to each other. Finding new family members can be exciting, but you might discover unexpected relatives which will surprise you and your family. You can change this preference at any time. Would you like to see your DNA matches and be listed as a match? Yes, because I am looking for... I know who my birth father is, but I just want confirmation. Also, I could have a few other sisters out there. I already have 5. So I have about 2 or 3 more out there. 2 that I know of. It could be more. So the next thing is participate in research. We invite you to participate in research conducted by us and our collaborators to advance the study of genetics, genealogy, and anthropology in health. Participation is voluntary. You can activate your DNA kit and receive results even if you do not give consent. I think we just went over this. Participation. Yes. So data and DNA samples shared outside of Ancestry do not include your name, contact information, or other identifying information. You are free to withdraw your consent at any time. Do I want to do this? Data, listen to this. Data and DNA samples shared outside of this Ancestry do not include your name. Please read the informed consent before making your decision. Let me read it real quick. You know what would be real crazy? If I had, like, a Neanderthal gene or Neanderthal DNA. You never know. You never know what you're going to get in this situation. So I'm really nervous. I'm happy, but I'm really freaking nervous too. Okay, so let me read this. It's just an introduction of the informed Ancestry DNA informed kit consent. Okay, it helps with human migration, human health, third-party researchers. As to any internal Ancestry DNA product, development or enhancement work that is not covered by this consent, such development or enhancement is covered by Ancestry. So what am I agreeing to do if I consent? See, it says right here this might include academic institutions as well as nonprofit or for-profit businesses for government agencies. Told you. So that I will not give consent to. So no, I have read the consent form, do not give consent. So Jennifer, my name, view DNA matches, yes. Research project participation, no. So I'm gonna activate my kit right now. I activated it. This DNA kit has been activated for Jennifer. Now it's time to collect the saliva sample. It's best not to eat, drink, smoke, or chew gum for 30 minutes before providing your sample. Well, I just brushed my teeth and I've had something to drink probably 20 minutes ago, so I should be good. So they're showing you right here how to do it. Fill the tube with saliva to the black wavy line. What? That's a lot of spit! Okay, my spit is almost to the black line. Okay, I think it's to the black line now. Disgusting! So, let me put a little bit more. So I fill the tube with saliva to the black wavy line. Fill the tube until your saliva, not including bubbles. Hold on. Fill the tube until your saliva, not including bubbles, is at or just above the wavy line. They're trying to say bubbles don't count. So one more. I mean, that's a lot of spit. So do not overfill. So I place the funnel cap on. Replace with the funnel cap. Remove the funnel from the tube. Screw the enclosed cap tightly to release the solution that will stabilize. Hold on. Okay, so I removed this cap because I guess I was supposed to spit in here, but I just spit here. It was a lot easier. So remove that cap. Screw this on. Remove the funnel with the tube. Screw the enclosed tightly. Release this. To release, okay, you have to squeeze it to release the solution. There we go. It went in. So I'm going to put next. Tighten and release stabilized fluid, which I already did. Shake the tube for at least 5 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds. This will ensure your sample mixes thoroughly with a stabilizing solution so your lab can best process your sample. So it says, take it and put it in this collections bag. Place the tube in the collections bag. Place the sample inside the collections bag provided in your DNA kit. Seal the bag with the adhesive strip. So, sis. See, there's this in it, but I guess this is just something to absorb it in case it leaks out. Right, make sure this isn't leaking. Okay. Put it in the bag. Seal it with the adhesive. Put it in the collection bag and seal and go. Oh my god, this is to my journey. This is gonna be my journey and I'm really excited about it. Oh my goodness. Mail in your sample. So I'm gonna put it in the mail. And by the way, I paid about $80 for this kit. It was on sale. Mail in your sample. Place your sample in the prepaid mailing box. Seal the box with adhesive strip and mail it in. All done. All done. So right here it just says this. This will be up here, and so when it does come in and they do test it, then it'll come up and it'll tell me, hey, you got an alert. It's time for you to check your results. So this is what I did with you guys, the Ancestry DNA kit. It's ready to be mailed. I'm gonna go take it to the post office right now. Make sure everything's in it. It's sealed shut. I should tape it, but it is sealed shut. This is the little box it's in. So all I have to do now is wait for the results. So I will be back with those results for you guys in a few weeks. So until that next video, I hope you guys enjoyed this, how I did the ancestry, and how you could also do it too if you're curious about your ancestors, where you came from, your ethnicity, your health, things that don't agree with your body, foods that don't agree with your body, medications. So it could be any of that, So again, I did my ancestry DNA. I will see you guys back here in a few weeks. Peace, guys.
Hi guys, you reached my channel, Jennifer Baltimore. Go down and like, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification button so you can be notified for every single time I upload new content. So today I'm bringing you my Ancestry DNA results. As you've seen in the beginning of the video, I waited for it, I ordered it, I waited for it, I showed you guys the process and how I did it. So just wait, and again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to this channel because you love me. I have my results on my phone and on my laptop. So I am on my laptop and I'm going on here where I downloaded every single thing. I honestly could not believe my results and how many people I'm related to. At least 500 or 600 people popped up that I'm cousins with, but there was only one surprise, which was I now have another sister. So there's 7 of us girls. Seven. Different mama, same papa. So, okay, so I am going to go here and tell you guys a few things. Now, with Ancestry, it doesn't it doesn't give you everything like 23andMe would. So I'm definitely going to come back and do a 23andMe video so I can get in more in depth of, you know, what I got in me from 1 to 100, like break it down, health, you know, history, all that. Ancestry only offers like partial things. It just doesn't really, it didn't really give me what I wanted. It did in a sense, but I thought I would get more. Like I wanted health. I want, you know, they'll ask things like, if you're hairy, or certain things about your family. Anyway, I'm gonna go on here real quick. I'm on here on my computer, my laptop, and so I'm gonna go over here on the Ancestry DNA app. So the Ancestry DNA app. Check out your ethnicity estimate now. New people pop up every day. I get comments from people telling me, hey, you know, you look like someone from that I grew up with, and or oh, we're cousins, or we're third cousins. And I'm telling you guys, I have a lot of first, a second, and a third, and fourth, and fifth, and sixth cousins on here. I'm talking about 600 or more. But only one first cousin and one sister. So it definitely answered my questions as far as who my biological father was. Now, as you do, well, you guys don't know me, but my father, David, he raised me my whole life since I was like 2 months old. And that's why I always knew as a father until I was at around age 12 and found out who my real father was. My real father, which Ancestry helped me with this. Some things you want to know about me.
Alcohol flush. So I have an alcohol flush. That means your face probably doesn't turn red after drinking alcohol. It's just simple things like this. I want more in depth. For myself, I want more in depth. I want to know if I hold this chromosome or this or this or this for a future illness or something. These are things that I want to know. So again, I'm going to do 23andMe and I will post that video. I don't know when, but I will. Just expect that. So decoding your DNA. Alcohol flush is caused by a genetic difference that makes it harder for the body to process alcohol. Now, I drank a lot in my younger days. I was young. I was a teenager. I was crazy. So then I didn't like to drink, and today I still don't like to drink. Like, just never agreed with me. It always made me sick. And then they tell you genetic and other factors for tests they look at for ALDH2 gene that has been tied to alcohol flush, unknown genetics. But guess what? They already asked me that question when I signed up. Sometimes your trait doesn't match what your genes say. That's normal. Genes don't always tell the whole story. Shouldn't they though? So it was saying that 75% of the Ancestry DNA members who have this region answered the same question as I did. Yeah. So, asparagus metabolite detection. As you can see here. I don't know if you can see it. But we looked at one key genetic marker or location in your DNA that estimated whether or not you noticed the tall tale asparagus pea odor. But there's probably more to the genetic story. It's saying that it suggests, Jennifer, your DNA suggests you might not notice a distinctive smell when you pee after eating asparagus, which I never have. Never. So that's another thing that they could tell me. For my birth weight. My birth weight, the DNA we tested suggests that you were probably an average size newborn. I was about an 8 or 9 pound baby. If that's average. I thought average is around 7, 8, I don't know. I have a bitter sensitivity. Jennifer, your DNA tells us you might be extra sensitive to certain bitter tastes. And I am. Definitely, that's true. Sensitivity to a particular bitter chemical is found in foods like Brussels sprouts, but I love Brussels sprouts. I love lemon.
I love lime. Like, I love any type of candy like that. So now, like Sour Patch Kids and stuff, that kind of messes with my bitter, I guess the bitter sensitivity part. Moving on to the next one, caffeine consumption. Now, they are 100% right about this one. That, Jennifer, your DNA suggests We think you might drink more caffeine than the average person. Well, baby, I do. I don't got no caffeine today. I had a cup of coffee earlier, as you do usually see me with Starbucks, but today I got some water. I'm trying to have more water, you know, be more healthy, like you have to at some point in your life. So more water is best. And this brand, my fave. Starbucks and Evian. Fiji too. But, okay, so based on that DNA, we think you might drink more caffeine than the average person. Well, yes, I do. Whether you go lighter or heavier on the caffeine is influenced by your genes, along with a variety of other factors. But again, guys, they asked me this question. Cilantro aversion. They're saying that my DNA tells us that you probably like the taste of cilantro. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do love the taste of cilantro. I put it in everything. So a cleft chin. They say your DNA tells us that you probably don't have a cleft chin. Which I don't. They are telling me about my earlobe type. Okay. All that dang hair. Jennifer, your DNA tells us that you probably have an unattached earlobe. Yeah. Yeah. So that's for that, the earlobe. Then they have the earwax type. They're saying, Jennifer, your DNA tells us that you probably have wet earwax. Yes, earwax is nasty, but you gotta clean them suckers out every single day. But yes, my earwax type is wet, which is disgusting to think about. They're saying my eye color. My eye color is one of the more Jennifer, from your DNA, it looks like you probably have dark eyes. Ding, ding, ding. So there's something else about the eyes, but I'll come back to that. That's what I thought it was. So it's laid out kind of like this. It tells you everything. So I'm down here. So let's get back to the facial hair thickness. It's saying your DNA suggests you or your close male relatives have less thick facial hair. I wouldn't say it's thick. I wouldn't say it's really thick. And definitely not me, but my kids, they don't have like, I mean, they have thick facial hair, but it's not like thick and bushy and, you know, so I guess we have less thick facial hair. For me, yes. Nothing. But for them, I'd say it's not thick, but on the middle side. So they're saying my finger length. Your DNA tells us that your ring finger may be longer than your pointer finger. My ring finger is longer than my pointer finger. Yeah, by a little bit. Ring finger, definitely for this one. Ring finger, pointer finger. So my ring finger is longer than my pointer finger. So that's something it could tell me. Freckles. Jennifer, your DNA suggests that you're freckle-free. I am freckle-free. There's probably one person in my family with freckles, and that's on my mom's side. Her brothers, two of her brothers have a lot. They're redheads with freckles, and Lord rest my other uncle's soul. He's not alive, but he had a lot of freckles and red hair as well. My sister April, she's another person. She has a lot of freckles. No red hair. You'd think she'd have red hair because of how she acts. You know, because they say redheads are firecrackers, which they are. They are. I have a few redheads in my family, and I'm going to tell you right now, they crazy. So no freckles for me. My hair color suggests that it looks like you've got your DNA. It looks like you've got the DNA for darker hair. Well, duh. Well, duh. So, and then it tells you, you know, things at the bottom, like, and questions I answered. Hair strand thickness. Jennifer, your DNA tells us you probably have hair strands that are average thickness. Yeah, what would you say? So that, and here we go, the iris pattern of the eyes. I missed one. Back. Hair type. It's saying that your the DNA we tested suggests your hair is naturally wavy. Well, before I've, you know, dyed it or did anything I've did to it in the past, it was probably definitely wavy. But today, I mean, I could, well, do I have to straighten my hair to get it extra straight? Yes. So let's just say they're kind of right about that in a way. So it suggests your hair is naturally wavy. My iris pattern. Your DNA suggests you have 3 types of eye-catching iris patterns: furrows, crypts, and rings. Have you ever just stopped and took a minute and looked at your eyes in the mirror, like really, really close up? Well, my eyes suggest, can't really see them. I guess I gotta get better lighting. But my iris patterns consist of furrows, crypts, and rings, which is pretty amazing. So I'm gonna go out of iris patterns. Lactose intolerant. My DNA suggests, based on the DNA we tested, we think you probably don't have trouble with dairy. Well, they're wrong about that. They are wrong. See, if I feel like you're testing my DNA, why wouldn't it be on point? I am lactose intolerant to the fullest. Milk, dairy, even though I still eat it and drink it, it still makes my stomach hurt, or it just does other things, like makes me nauseated. Milk, drinking straight up milk makes me nauseated, so I don't even do it. You know, the only time I drink milk is if it's like with cookies or in cereal. But yes, I do have I am lactose intolerant, and they say I probably don't have trouble with dairy. So they are wrong on that one. Male hair loss. They suggest that my DNA, for me or close male relatives, have a low chance of hair loss. So that's good to know that I won't have hair loss. I've really never noticed it in my side of the family, like my mom's side. Really never noticed hair loss as being a big thing. Maybe, you know, maybe it's just for me and my children, and maybe we just don't have that gene to where we'll have too much hair loss. So I'm gonna go out of the male hair loss. So low chance of hair loss, which is a great thing. I have a savory sensitivity. This savory sensitivity, it says your DNA suggests you're probably a little less sensitive to umami, I don't know, UMAMI, and savory foods. A little less sensitive to savory foods. I love savory foods. Like, they got to be savory. Are they not going in my mouth? You know? So, yeah. So, these are things that they can tell us about, you know, my skin pigmentation. As you see, I'm white as a ghost. But it says that your DNA suggests you have a light to medium skin tone. Yes, ding ding, I do. So that's another thing. I'm gonna go out of that. Now get this, guys. I was so crazed about this when I seen this. Your DNA tells us that you have the sprinter gene. The sprinter gene? I'm no athlete. I don't even like sports. But it says we looked at one gene that plays a role in how your muscles work, but when it comes to the athlete ability, DNA is just one part of the picture. So I have the athlete gene, basically, the sprinter gene. Too bad mama didn't recognize that and put me to use. So, yeah. So yeah, guys, I was really pumped about that to know what? I have a sprinter gene that most athletes get tested for and don't even have. It's crazy. And just to think of a sprinter gene right now in the situation I'm going through, I actually have a torn, well, it's torn in like 6 places, but my Achilles tendon is, I'm telling you, it is fucked. So I can barely walk, so I don't know how many videos you're gonna see me doing outside anymore. They said it's the worst injury to heal. It takes like 4 to 5 months. I'm actually in an air cast now. They put me in a new one that comes all the way up my damn leg, just so I don't rip it more. So again, I don't know how many more videos you're gonna see me outside. I'm gonna push through it though, because I am a soldier. So, what's wrong? So the sprinter gene, that's crazy. I got the sprinter gene. Also, sun sneezing. They are telling me that my DNA suggests that you probably don't sneeze when exposed to bright light. I have, but I don't. So they're right about that. They say I have a sweet sensitivity. Jennifer, your DNA we tested suggests you're probably more sensitive to sweets. Yeah, sensitive in what way? To gorge on them? Because I love sweets. I'll always love sweets. So I have a sweet sensitivity. A unibrow. They also tell you about a unibrow. Based on your DNA, we think you probably don't have a unibrow. Unibrow? No, I don't. Even though they say people with unibrows have good sex. And I'd say that's true. Wisdom teeth. Okay. Your DNA we tested suggests you probably developed all of your wisdom teeth. Well, they're right about that. And they all gone. They all out of my mouth because they killed me. So wisdom teeth, yes, I've got all 4 of them, and I got them at a really young age. Omega-3. They're saying that people with DNA like yours can sometimes have typical omega-3 levels. So they're saying I have omega-3 levels. And then they have a picture of salmon. Vitamin C. Jennifer, people with DNA like yours tend to have typical vitamin C levels. Of course, a guy drinking orange juice. Vitamin D. People with DNA like yours tend to have typical vitamin D levels. Vitamin E. The biggest factor in vitamin E levels is diet, but they're saying people with DNA like yours tend to have typical vitamin E levels. Learn how to diet and DNA work together to influence vitamin E levels. Yeah, they're right about the vitamin D and I think the vitamin E. If anything, they should have said vitamin C makes me nauseated as fuck. So then over here they tell you about globally, like who else, how many other members matched up with my answers and my traits that come in my DNA. And unibrow for Nigeria, 89%, cleft chin for Nigeria, 87%, earwax, alcohol flush, eye color, wisdom teeth, freckles in Nigeria, skin pigmentation in Germanic Europe, finger length in Nigeria,
cilantro version in Norway. So as you can see, I'm reading off everything. So let me get to that. I'm gonna go back to home. So I know you guys probably want to know, what in the HELL am I mixed with? What is my ethnicity, right? They don't break it down again like 23andMe, but they break it down. You know, they simply break it down for you. So my DNA story, the first thing that pops up is Scotland. Then we have England and Northwestern Europe, Germanic Europe, Norway, Wales, and Nigeria. I was blown away when I got these results. I was blown away. You know why I was blown away when I got these results? Because I knew deep in my soul, I felt I was different. I didn't think it would, you know, be towards Scotland, England, Europe, Norway, and Wales, and Nigeria. I never in a million years would think that I'm Scotland and England and Germania, Europe, and Norway and Wales and Nigeria. It's a crazy combination. So for me, I was actually happy about finding out my DNA results. I kind of cried when I found out that I had another sister. Me and her were speaking anyway before I did the DNA test. She did hers, and we both came back sisters. Close relatives. They would tell us if we're cousins, but they say close relative. The father's not in the DNA system. So
ethnicity estimate, it tells you communities where like where your family originated from. So the communities were South Central Appalachian settlers. They came from Scotland and England and Northwestern Europe. North Carolina Piedmont settlers, Southwestern Virginia and Northwestern North Carolina settlers, North Carolina High Country settlers, Eastern Ohio River Valley and Northern Blue Ridge Mountain settlers, Lower Midwest and Virginia settlers, and Central Appalachia settlers. So there's so many. These are the communities that are linked with my DNA. So let me see. So they're saying Scotland, with its center of the northern third of the island of Great Britain, but stretching down to Brittany in France, or Scotland ethnicity region, is known for its geological
beauty, medieval architecture, and folklore. And get this, if you guys didn't know, now you know. My family from back in the day was Vikings. I have my bloodline, my DNA goes all the way back to Viking times. So it's nice to know why we're such strong women, and that's because we have that Viking DNA. Not just the blood, the DNA. So I guess the blood is the DNA. But yes, I have them in my family. And that's crazy to me because I would have never in a million years thought that I have Viking blood. So your DNA story over time, it goes all the way back from it goes all the way back to the 1700s. Well, it breaks down everything. It shows you everything you could do. Like you could click on it, you could see where the Appalachian settlers were. I'm gonna go down here to 1700s. It tells about how they came to settle in Northern Blue Ridge Mountain settlers. It's a new home. They were fleeing Europe into the backcountry working for freedom. That was in 1700, 1725. There were stormy beginnings, pushing westward into the backcountry working for freedom. 1750, working the land, pushing westward into the backcountry, unforgiving Appalachia. 1775, Anabaptist handiwork, healthy air and pure mountain water, Kentucky fever, unforgivable Appalachia. 1800s, evolving communities, farmers grow, the mountain region, Kentucky fever, life on the frontier. That was in 1800s. The next one's 1825. New lands, new spices, farmers grow the mountain region along the Mississippi, life on the frontier. 1850, war to the hills, war hits home, the industry revolution comes to Appalachia. 1875, to the hills, the South sorry guys. The South industrializes. The Industrial Revolution comes to Appalachia. 1900s, embracing change, sorry guys, I can't talk in this video tonight. Embracing tradition, good things out of hard times, and urban life, a miner's life. It tells, what did it do? 1925, it grinded to a halt, good things out of hard times, and urban life, peaks and valleys in coal country. I have a lot of coal miners in my Ancestry DNA as well. And then in 1950, changing with the times. So it just tells you the history of your the past, the people from early on in life. So that was good to know. I have traits. It says that it shows you globally again, like. Then they have a story scout. They have a story scout on here to show you what's your family, like, family stories. So right here, I put in Dewey Lovell, my grandfather, my mom's dad. Based on the grandparents' names you gave us, we were able to find these stories about your ancestors. We're finding new stories all the time, so check back often. So here's one. Dewey Estelle Lovell was registering for the draft in World War II. Where'd it go? Oh, accidentally. Okay, so another third great-grandfather. My third great-grandfather was, in 1870, his occupation. Jonathan Bear, your third great-grandfather, was hard at work when industries were experiencing change throughout America. I guess they were... kind of looked like window washers there, but... John Henry Lovell, great-grandfather. Life in 1910. Your great-grandfather, John Henry Lovell, called Peak Creek, North Carolina home. It said my third great-grandfather, Jonathan Bear, is buried in Kona Rock. I don't know where that's at. So I'm going to go over here to my laptop. And honestly, I'm going to go through some things with you. I honestly think, when I think about, ancestors, it's crazy because they were really important people. Some of them were just extremely important people. Like, why is this not working? Come on.
This is basically what it looks like when you get it. I screenshotted these from my phone to tell you your kit's been mailed March 23rd of 2021. Kit mailed, sample received March 29th, and then sample being processed and all that. It says our lab techs have begun genotyping your DNA. This is when they were analyzing it. Also, guys, I have a grandparent that we believe may be related to Andrew Johnson, your third cousin. So Andrew Johnson, once Lincoln was killed, once the guy killed him, he took his place after his death. So Andrew Johnson was the what, 6th president? Was he the 6th president? I don't even know. So Andrew Johnson is a cousin, and so I'm related to someone that was a president. I'm gonna keep going through it though so I could see. I found out we have Viking blood, I'm related to a president. Just great times in history, you know, happen with some of my ancestors. So I'm really happy about that. I'm really happy about my ethnicity and what I am, where I come from. It's amazing, and these results are actually amazing. Like they're really, this was fun. That's basically my DNA story. So I hope you guys enjoyed my Ancestry DNA video. Go down and like, share, and subscribe to Jennifer Baltimore's YouTube channel. I'm trying to get my subscribers way up there like every single other person. Again, like my videos, share my videos, and subscribe to this channel. Turn on your post notifications so you could be notified for every single time I upload new content. And until the next video, peace and love, and I will see you guys in the next video.